So welcome to the last day. You all get a break after today. This is where we left off, as we just talked about ingestion, and we just finished doing that whole weird cardboard paper thing that nobody really knows what's going on. But don't do it. So the next thing is heavy weights. This is one of our favorite things to give to macaws and other large citizens because these big old green coconuts are bloody everywhere. But this is not the way to present it because it's on a shelf. This is actually what the enclosure looks like. And I think you can see very clearly that they do move these around quite a bit as they fall apart, and they are pretty heavy. Okay. So somebody down below could really be killed by this. Great idea. The fault here is they used the wrong. There's a little tiny. As soon as I saw this video, I went, "Oh my God!" There's a little tiny eyeball on there that's, probably maybe not good enough to hold up my carry-on luggage. Okay. And then you add the weight of this cat to it, and yeah. So make sure that you really think about all these details in your designs. Okay. I actually carry around these big-ass carabiners and eye bolts that are like $10, $12, $15 a piece. I carry them around with me as we travel just in case I can't get it in the country. I don't want to see nothing do whatever.
Does anybody want coffee? Do you want me to make more coffee?
Thank you. And then as we kind of talked a little bit yesterday, your animals are going to do things they're not supposed to do, but they're going to do it anyway. This is in the sanctuary in Vietnam. There's no way those bile bears are supposed to be able to climb that structure. It's okay. He's all right. You see that? They're not supposed to be able to climb that structure. Remember I showed you the one that we're working so hard to get her going on that little log, right? Well, bingo. This one was a little stronger than anybody realized. So no matter what, stuff's going to happen. Just be as safe as you can. This was a target stick for giraffe training. Yeah, it was. And the trainers were walking to the session, and the squash ball popped off. And they went, "Oh." Put it back on and went ahead and did their target training. Surprisingly, that was the day the giraffe could put its tongue around that ball and go right into its mouth. Got the ball stuck behind its molars, and for 3 days, that trainer had to sit there 24 hours a day, and she worked on trying to get it out, trying to get it out. And so surgery was finally scheduled. Fortunately, about an hour before surgery, it popped out. But, think about these things. That's the day you cancel the session and go put the puppy back on. Drowning's an issue, but I actually think this is a better video for make sure that the things are safe for everybody in the enclosure. Mom was a little bit stressed, but, I'm sure the keepers are standing there going, what do we do about this? Nobody's going in there. But Mom was able to get her out. So be careful. I know Margaret talked about natural and artificial materials from the standpoint of the look of the enclosure, but the materials themselves offer very different interactive possibilities, okay? A rope and a chain to the animal are very different, right? So we do like to look at a lot of different kinds of materials to get different responses. But again, this little guy's got his claws stuck in there, and he really couldn't come he struggled for quite a while, pulling and pulling, and the next thing I thought he'd do was start trying to chew it. So we hopped in there and pulled it off with him. But you know, who would think about getting a tortoise's claw stuck, piece of rope? So you really have to think about the materials you're using. This, did you play this one or did it not work?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, I want you to watch when he bites, a piece of the PVC pops out, about this big. We actually didn't approve this. We fought the curator quite a bit. And and the reason why is because this was in Indonesia and the only PVC we could find was very thin walled. And so we said no. Because he can get mouth around it and it's so weak he can break it. And the first bite did it. When it swings back, you'll see the piece. See? One bite. So if you play the video, you hear me going, see, I told you, not safe, not safe. It's a little embarrassing, but we told the curator we didn't want to do this and why. And she said, look, I can find better PVC, but it's hard and it's expensive. So I want to make sure it's going to work first, and I can get him off with a butter chicken that I whip around. Her tiger, not mine. So, okay, with carnivores, tigers and bears and stuff, I want the PVC to be so big in diameter that they can't get their mouth around it to bring those jaws into play, and or so thick that no matter how much they put onto it, it's not going to break. Okay, this picture is becoming quite famous. I took this picture to the Boomer Ball people at the Galveston AZAC conference many years ago and said, this is the problem I have. Is these guys in all these countries see these great videos of the Boomer Balls, but they can't get Boomer Balls. So what do? They go to the store, they buy a ball, great, put the hole in it. Perfect size hole, by the way. They did their homework, okay? But it's the wrong material. So what happens? They give this to him at night with the food in it. He's inside. He pushes down, and lo and behold, that nice round circle that's just the right size to keep his jaw out suddenly is like this. The jaw slips right in, picks his head up, goes back to the circle, and now it's stuck in his face. And for how long? We don't know. This one turned out okay. They found him in the morning. They were able to anesthetize him and cut it off with some lacerations, but it was fine. So they did everything right. It's just they used a flexible material, a ball made of flexible material. The reason this has become famous is, I remember I said yesterday, Boomer Ball and Shape now split the cost, and when I go overseas to developing countries, I take 2 boxes this big full of Boomer Ball materials to donate to every zoo that has workshops. That's because they were really upset about this. Okay. So basically, just in general, you can read these things. This is the important thing. When I was a keeper, there were so many times where, oh, I gotta deal with that, but I gotta do here and this is here, and I'm just gonna lock the door and out the cheat enclosure, right? You can't do that. You just can't do that, right? If you see the frayed rope, you gotta stop. I know I'm gonna be 5 minutes late to the meeting, but I gotta cut this rope now because I just noticed it. It's really hard to do, but it's what has to happen. And I would hope the managers here would understand. Yeah, so just some of the things you think about. We use these things over and over and over again, and that's great. But I already told you about this. I told you about this. I took out of the tiger enclosure. I took this out of the same tiger enclosure. Why did that bother me?
It's stuck.
Get his head stuck. He certainly could be eating it. I don't know how much of that he's already eaten. And sadly, carnivores will do that. But you said something else? So get cut. Yeah, exactly. This is really sharp stuff. Even these crummy little plastic barrels are pretty sharp. Okay. And I don't understand how they could have left that in there long enough to get like that. And this. She's a little mad at me because I wouldn't let her out this morning because the gates were open and I didn't know she'd come back. So the trick is to make sure that anybody who's going to have access to this thing, it's safe for it. Anything you have in there that's safe now, the minute you have a baby, everything has to be reassessed. Okay? okay? And it has to be reassessed consistently as they grow older. The minute you get a new animal, everything has to be reassessed. Even if they're the same size gibbon or whatever, from their behavior, they may interact with it differently. Remember, when you first give it to your gibbons, you watch it to make sure it's safe. Always, always, always. All right? Well, when the new animal comes in, it's a new enrichment item all over again. Okay? One of the things we have, and I heard a story last night, I hope I get a new entry, is one of the things that is still working on our website is the safety database, and this is always open and free to everybody. You can search by these three things, and they're really just stories. They're anecdotes that people have told us over the years. When they're submitted, they go straight to our safety officer, who's Heidi Helmuth, you may know her, and she removes your email, anybody's name, institution, even the country, reference, everything's out of there, so it's completely anonymous. And then she posts it to the database, so even if they're hacked, they can't find out who sent it in. So any stories you have, but I don't think ever put pictures up either, just so people don't recognize them. Because that's one of the biggest problems we've had over the years, getting people to share their bad sides with us. The bad things that happen with enrichment is, yeah, you don't really want to make that public if you don't have to. Okay, so that's why we were at a meeting and we said this is making us crazy because people won't share and we can't do it because we don't have animals, so we can't test this stuff. And somebody in the audience said, well, why don't you post it anonymously? And went, oh, good idea. All right, and please don't forget yourself. This scared me. One of my instructors came back from this workshop and I went, and the ladders, the worst ladder, I have so many bad ladder stories. The worst ladder story I had is, I don't know if you remember the macaw enclosure I showed you with all the moving dead the branches. Well, one of those had to go up to the ceiling support, and there was nothing to lean the ladder against. I happened to be out of the enclosure. I was on crutches at the time, so I was very slow moving around. I happened to be out of the enclosure working with another team. I came back in, and I see this very large, strong man holding the ladder, leaning against nothing, with one of the students at the top of the ladder on like the second to the last rung, reaching up to attach it. And I started to go, and well, I'm not saying a word. I don't want him to turn around. I don't want him to do anything. So as soon as he finishes, get down, please. Please get down. Please get, no, please get down. As soon as they're done, like, what are you doing? What's the matter with you people? So, just think, okay? That's all, stop, think, just use common sense. I know common sense isn't real common, but in zoo people it's more common than the regular public. So just think about what you do. This is the one you can't watch.
Is it a bad?
No. Mara just doesn't like snakes, and she was just here. So this is what happened the day we were working in the zoo last week.
Oh my God.
It's the front entrance of Singapore. This is the reptile curator who we were working with his animals at that moment.
That's not one. This is so
Yeah, they live all around where Margaret and I were staying there.
It's wild. It's a wild one.
It's a killzone.
That's fine.
The curator holding his tail looks so bored, like, yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of like that.
All of the caging, at least you don't have to worry about the animals here being killed by snakes. All of the
Yeah.
caging, the mesh, they're the gladdest people. The mesh is tiny so that snakes can't get in.
Yeah, and in fact, some of the areas have sentinel chickens in them. They have to keep chickens so they raise the alarm when the snakes come. Totally different set. And then of course we have all the wild monkeys, which is the same problem over here.
So maybe you don't have a rat problem.
Okay, so any safety questions? No? Good. We're done with the lectures for this trip.
Can we get a share?
So the next thing you're gonna do is get in your groups, and we have 6 groups. And we figured we could do, actually, if we moved the tables out of the way, we could probably do 4 in here. And then you said there were 2
I
offices.
don't think that's necessary,
Okay, where do you want
crowd.
them to
We've
go?
got, well, I think what we were talking about yesterday, just the 3 groups in here and then 3 groups in here. 1 in each office and then 1
In
in
the
the
hallway.
center space.
Okay, that works perfectly. Please don't go anywhere else, because we are gonna kind of wander around and, you know, help you out if you get stuck. Yes. So, unfortunately, I had to use 2 slides to give you the small details. You should know what group you're in. If you don't know what group you're in.
Should we take pictures of this or do we have this?
You can do, or we can just go back and forth if you want, but yeah, sure. Good idea. I'll go back to it after the other 2 groups, but they don't know what groups they're in. Who has the sign-up sheet?
It's right here.
Would you mind just real quick reading out the groups?
Sure.
Thanks.
Okay, Reese Tornville, Danielle, Stacy P, Amber, Sydney, Diane, and Stacy K. Giraffe, Ashley Souza, Lucas, Joyce, Virginia, Jessica, and Stephanie. Chimpanzee A, which is the Increased Behavioral Diversity Group, is Ashley, Kelly, Love Song, Melissa, Kate, and Colleen. And Chimpanzee B, so maybe those first 3 can just be in here. And then,
Actually, I was going to say the other 3, and I'll just leave the slide up.
Can I,
It's okay.
the previous slide?
Whoop, wrong one.
No, good.
You just don't like wild snakes,
are
do
you ready for me to read the rest off?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Chimpanzee B is the Occupying Their Time group. That's Michelle, Gina, Jeff, Eunice, and Kyle. And then for Black Bear, so Black Bear can be in the Section B office. Adam, Heather, Maya, Brenda, and Myra, and Ashley O. And then for Black Bear B can be in the Section A office is Elizabeth, Valerie, Andrea, Sarah, Miro, and Ashley L. Is there anybody we've missed who's not on a thing? Okay.
So,
I should say, one note for folks